Hey everyone, Bryn Blaze here. Welcome to this Tron Case 2.0 review, or I guess you could even call it a warning. Now, before we dive into the content, if you're finding this channel for the first time, be sure to subscribe so that you can navigate this sometimes shark-infested waters of cryptocurrency and avoid people with malicious intent that are attempting to use the anonymity of the blockchain against you. And Tron Case is one of those instances. If you're finding Tron Case for the first time, you may not be aware that at the time of recording this video, Troncase 1.0 that you find over at troncase.io has currently been shut down. They've done an exit scam and pulled the rug and ran, I believe, with over 90 million Tron. Here, if you go to troncase.io, you'll see that it's redirecting people to Tron Case Pro, pretty much a carbon copy, cookie cutter website with some slight differences where they've reduced the amount of money and the rewards that they're paying out, and they've adjusted the daily compensation that you receive as a reward. Now, if you're new to the cryptocurrency space, there's a couple of things you need to watch out for. You want to, at all times, do your best to keep your cryptocurrency in your own control. Here with Tron Case and now Troncase 2.0 that you find at troncase.pro, we have a case of completely anonymous owners, which is your first red flag. I have seen some other videos that claim that the smart contracts for Troncase 2.0 were already been written back in November of 2020, which would imply that they had already planned this in advance and the rug pull was completely planned. Now, they claim to be transparent and decentralized, and sure, you can visit the smart contract, you can see every transaction, but there is absolutely no evidence that any money is being generated outside revenue by any other means than new people joining. So it's a case of new people's contributions paying those that joined before them, and eventually that implodes as the sign-ups start to decrease. As less and less people start to join these types of programs, it eventually dries up and they just simply shift. Now, you may be surprised to hear that over 3,000 people have joined Troncase 2.0 within the first 24 hours of it launching. A lot of these people were in Troncase 1.0 where they got scammed. It never ceases to amaze me how gullible some people are and how willing they are to hand over their money to these criminals. So that for me is the definition of insanity, continuing to do the same thing and expecting a different result. Now, a lot of them may know what they're doing. They're getting in at the beginning and they understand that if you get in at the beginning, you have a better chance of getting your initial principal back out. But with anything like this, if you're watching this and you're thinking about jumping into Troncase 2.0, I highly recommend that you don't. But if you are, it's completely your decision. Only invest money, obviously, that you can afford to lose. Treat it like play money. And imagine you were going to Las Vegas with a couple of friends for the weekend. How much money would you bring with you to play with in the casino? Don't put any more than that in. If these types of programs stress you out, it means it's a clear sign that you've invested too much money, and it should not be money that you need to put food on the table, my friends. So be very careful with these types of programs. The second red flag is when you see guaranteed daily returns. Look, if you've been in this game for any length of time, nothing continues to go up. There's volatility in the cryptocurrency market because it's a baby. It's still a small industry. It has a very small market cap of less than $1 trillion. So you're going to see a lot of volatility. So anything where you're being guaranteed a fixed daily percentage is completely unrealistic, especially seen as there's no evidence that there's any outside sources of revenue generation here with Troncase, and they don't even try to pretend that there is, to be honest. So that's your second red flag. Obviously, if the owners are completely anonymous, that's another red flag. If what you're doing is legitimate, show your face. And there's a lot of people, fake actors, putting up videos on YouTube with fake tears. You know who you are, and it's shame on you, my friend, if you're pulling people into Troncase 2.0 as well. So be very wary of these types of programs. Again, with fixed returns, it's simply not possible, purely because even if they claim to be trading, right now, as the cryptocurrency market is young, the fees are so high that scalping and intraday trading, where you're in and out of trades in the same day, isn't really feasible because it wipes out your profit margin. So any strategy that is legitimate will usually use a breakout strategy and long swing trades where they're holding trades for weeks and even months, and that's to catch uptrends and downtrends. And there's certainly such trading algorithms out there that do exist that can be very profitable. So be safe, my friend. You know, be very wary of these types of things. Troncase 2.0, I mean, it's eventually going to be a repeat scenario where they're going to pull the rug once again, and they'll have lots of gullible volunteers paying them. I'm not going to mention their names. There could be 2 people potentially that's behind this. I believe they've already exited and moved to Mexico. So just be careful. It's very shark infested waters out there. If you would like to learn how to navigate it safely and leverage all the due diligence that I do when I choose to align myself with a project, I dive in, and I'm not one of those program hoppers that's promoting something new every couple of weeks. I do my due diligence. I fly out, I meet the owners, and I investigate the entire project and make sure that it's safe, especially if I'm going to be sharing it with other people. If you would like to see what I'm currently aligned with and my #1 recommendation, you can visit wealthwithdefi.com. You'll find it at the top of the description below this video, and you'll get access to our VIP crypto newsletter as well, where I'm going to be giving you insider access to some DeFi projects, private pre-sale of their tokens, so that you can get in at the ground floor. These are projects that all the due diligence has been done on, including their finance, their legal structure, and outside revenue sources and everything. So that's really a great way to capitalize on this DeFi and crypto explosion. It's to get in at the ground floor, because when you see tokens and coins here, that's usually what people do. They'll look at a coin that comes into the top 100 and they'll put some money into it. And yes, it can go up from there, but wouldn't it make more sense to get in at the ground floor? You have a better chance to see a return on your investment. So plug in, my friend, plug into our communities and our channels of communication over at wealthwithdefi.com. Stay safe, and wishing you great success.